The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and good evening. This is TVWan News. I'm Maricela Kelleton. 6 Papua New Guineans were detained by police on suspicion of possessing methamphetamine and illegal entry through the border of PNG in Daru. They were detained by a joint squad of Australian Federal Police and the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary police officers in late November and early this month.
5 suspects from the 6th were arrested in Mabuana in Daru province on various dates, and one was arrested in Port Moresby on December 1st for possessing methamphetamine or meth and illegal entry. It was also reported that the 3 people were also detained in Mabuana on November 21st for allegedly possessing meth showed up in court last week. After entering guilty pleas, 2 were found guilty for having in their possession meth and given 8 years each in prison by the Daru District Court. For the charge of illegal entry, 2 entered not guilty, while only 1 pleaded guilty and also received an 8-year sentence. The other 2 who entered not guilty pleas to the charge of illegal entry will appear in court on December 6th, alongside the other 2 who were detained and charged on November 29th for allegedly having in possession methamphetamine. The detainee in Port Moresby appeared in court on Monday, 4th December, on charges of being in possession of meth and for trafficking meth. Deputy Commissioner of Police Special Operations Donald Yamasombi expressed gratitude to the law enforcers for their dedicated efforts in apprehending the suspects.
Commend the investigators throughout Papua New Guinea for the tremendous time and effort that they put into doing investigations into crimes that are committed in our country. On the 21st of November, our investigators in Daru did a very tremendous job.
He said the convicted will be served their 8 years in Bomana.
They've actually been convicted for 16 years. But because they are husband and wife, the magistrate decided to give them 8 years each. So in total, it's 8 years each for the husband, and the wife 8 years, total 16 years for both. For the illegal entry, because they are under the Australian protected visa.
Yamasombi said despite having few resources, law enforcement officials and other organizations such as customs are making every effort to guard the border and detain those engaged in illegal activities. Tracy Sipa, TVWan News.
Minister for Environment and Climate Change, Simo Kilepa, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Blue Carbon, a UAE-based environmental asset developer, to collaborate on projects related to the implementation of Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, marking yet another significant development in collaborative climate solutions during the ongoing COP28 in Dubai. The MOU, a refined and updated accord, builds on previous agreements between Blue Carbon and Papua New Guinea and positions them to delve deeper into projects particularly related to the implementation of Article 6 of the Paris Agreement.
Papua New Guinea has inked a Memorandum of Understanding with Blue Carbon, a UAE-based environmental asset developer, to collaborate on projects related to the Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. The signing ceremony occurred in Dubai with Simo Kilepa, Minister for Environment, Conservation and Climate Change in PNG, and Josiah Sadeka, Blue Carbon CEO. The momentous event was witnessed by Prime Minister James Marape, and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum, a senior member of the Dubai royal family and chairman of Blue Carbon. This enriched scope enhances their capacity to generate mitigation outcomes which can be transacted as internationally transferred mitigation outcomes and represent a pivotal step towards meeting national determined contributions, targets, and advancing the overarching goals of the Paris Agreement. This expanded MOU marks a significant milestone in international cooperation, laying further groundwork for bilateral negotiations that will foster a collaborative approach across various sectors of the economy, where best practice methodologies for removal and reduction would be. A noteworthy aspect of this initiative involves assessing Papua New Guinea's vast mangrove areas, which play a crucial role in sequestering carbon dioxide and providing essential services to local communities. The signing of the MOU underscores the dedication of both parties to drive meaningful climate change. It recognizes the urgent need for international cooperation to address the challenges of climate change, echoing discussions at COP28. Freddie Moe, TVWan News.
Members of the Leh Chamber of Commerce and Industry voiced dissatisfaction following a session with the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Services Authority this morning at the Leh Golf Club. While it was informative, most of the attendees said the main issue of work permits was not adequately covered. And this is the main challenge they face when trying to bring in foreign workers to Papua New Guinea.
A first-of-its-kind outreach program was hosted by the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Services Authority this morning at the Leh Golf Club. The immigration awareness session covered general information on immigration policies, work permits, the APEC Business Travel Card, and the newly launched sponsor portal. After presentations of the ICSA officers, one of the concerns raised was the need for adequate information on the process of work permit applications. Chemcare Group HR Manager Rita Maisen-Maken said the session did not sufficiently cover major areas of concerns in relation to the private sector.
It would have been good if the work permit team came out as well, because in this session it was more immigration. So if the work permit team came out, that would have been really good for one session for everyone at the same time.
During the session, Maisen-Maken expressed her frustration to the ICSA officers at making duplicate payments, and the money was forfeited to the state despite their constant follow-ups.
So a lot of the questions, I guess, would have been relevant to work permit as well. So some of the questions that were asked and not appropriately answered, you would have had the expat lady trying to, brush me off to say, that is specific to you. The question you ask is specific to you. I said, that's not. It is relevant to anybody in this room. If they did duplicate payments, what happens?
Other concerns that were raised included the ICSA's generic email that leaves queries unanswered or applications get ignored. The Chemcare Group HR Manager emphasized that time is of essence and delays in these vital services hamper their operational requirements, also impacting their profit and loss statements. The ICSA team advised the business community to get their email addresses and contact them directly to avoid getting bounced from one officer to the next. Chief Migration Officer Stanis Hulau said this is their first outreach program that he has initiated and it will continue. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWan News.
The Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC, is now looking forward for more interaction and plans in 2024 to address corruption. ICAC Commissioner Andrew Forbes said that ICAC is currently in a start-up mode and expects to be operational by the first quarter of 2024.
The ICAC has been in operation for 5 months since the commissioners were sworn in July of this year. Alongside Commissioner Andrew Forbes was Deputy Commissioner Graham Hill and Danielle Balch, who both spoke to highlight their current progress.
In this short time, we've got a real sense from the people, all the people we've met in PNG, that they're fed up with the corruption, and it is very much time for change.
Commissioner Forbes said ICAC may investigate matters alleged or suspected corrupt conduct brought to its attention by either a complaint or on its own initiative, but it cannot and will not investigate every matter that is brought to its attention. It will refer some of the matters to the appropriate agencies to deal with.
ICAC will focus its efforts on those cases where we can have the most impact of change, not just individual fights, but in fact we will be looking for those things which are, such as, for example, systematic corruption, and trying to unlock as much money for as many people as possible to make a meaningful change in this country.
He added that ICAC wishes to be clear that stopping corruption requires building integrity systems like Ombudsman Commission, Auditors General's Officer, Police, Public Service Commission, Independent Judiciary, Media and Transparency International.
Next year we'll have some investigations underway, and we will also, most importantly, start to work with the public sector and the private sector on prevention programs, awareness programs, and getting the message out there and assisting people to address corruption in this country. The areas of prevention that we intend to work alongside, as far as prevention is concerned, where we intend to work alongside both the public and private sector, is undertaking, for example, corruption risk assessments, primarily in the public sector, but we will also expand that and work with the private sector as well. We'll work to implement anti-bribery and anti-corruption policies and practices. We will work with the private and public sectors to strengthen procurement processes, and certainly that's an area that needs to be tightened up.
ICAC will be implementing an awareness program in 2024 to lift the awareness within PNG on ICAC's role and function, the impact of corruption upon PNG, and letting people know how they can make complaints about possible corrupt conduct. Since the 1st of July 2023, ICAC received about 70 complaints. Jasmine Jack, TVWan News.
This is TVWan News. When we come back, committee awaiting funding and 3.5 million kina for Morbus health sector.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's raise family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite for minds. Sandy Sicolas, yeah, rise, don't scare, scare price. Sandy Sicolas, yeah, rise, don't scare, scare price. Amber, you like it?
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakarook, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from.
Quality is key.
The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive. Coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome back. The Department of Personnel Management today launched its 5-year corporate plan for years 2023 to 2027, ensuring there is adequate housing and medical insurance for all public servants remains a key priority among all other significant focus areas of the corporate plan. Today, the Department of Personnel Management launched its corporate plan for 2023 to 2027. The working plan that will guide the department for the next 4 years has 8 key result areas. These key result areas have been further broken down to 10 corporate objectives and 33 other key result areas for implementation. The department's 4th corporate plan was launched in the presence of Public Service Minister Joe Sungi, DPM Secretary Tai Sansan, Acting Secretary for International Trade and Investment Jacinta Warakai, Chief Censor Jim Abani, among other relevant partner agencies. DPM Secretary Sansan says many of the key objectives for the previous corporate plan for years 2019 to 2022 have been achieved, with only a few challenges that remain. Secretary Sansan assures these challenges will be revisited and addressed accordingly.
What was in the last 4 years corporate plan? We've achieved a lot under the last corporate plan, with minimum funding support. We're probably used to this. We call ourselves the admin sector or administrative department, so we don't worry too much about whether funding comes or not. We are here to work. So I want to encourage all of us that whether we have the funding support for next year or not, we have, a corporate plan to deliver. And I know that government is there to always support us. CACC is always there to support us. So we will take on this, the new corporate plan with challenge as we go along in the new year and onwards.
This 4th corporate plan for DPM is aligned with the Medium-Term Development Plan 4 of the government, launched recently, and captures also the country's Vision 2050.
It is a mandatory requirement for all government agencies to develop the plan, and DPM has fulfilled this requirement. Our Secretary, Ms. Sansan, has given details of the corporate plan, which I as the Minister fully endorse, and section as the document that must be the tool to propel the department for the public service into the new era for a leaner, meaner, and effective public service machinery.
Secretary Santan and Minister Sungi emphasized at today's launch that ensuring there is adequate housing and medical insurance for all public servants remains a key priority among all other significant focus areas of the corporate plan. The Morobe provincial government has supported health service delivery in the province with a presentation of 3.5 million kina yesterday at Hotel Morobe. The funding was given to the Morobe Provincial Health Authority to buy medicine and health equipment.
The presentation follows a nationwide media campaign on the continuous shortage of medicine in all hospitals and health centers, which has cost the lives of average Papua New Guineans. Morobe Governor Luther Wenge outlined the Chief Executive Officer of Morobe Provincial Health Authority, Dr. Kipas Binga, that from the 3.5 million kina, 2 million kina should be used to purchase medical drugs for health facilities in the province, while 1.5 million kina can be used for medical equipment. This amount is from the 5.5 million kina that was in the provincial government's 2023 budget appropriation for health services in the province.
I have another 1 million will be coming out next week. I will give it to Medvac, Honorable Aviation. I'll give it to him because the company is helping us and they will seek for others from the rural areas, very difficult areas, bring them down for medicine. The 1 million kina I have given to Wau Hospital in the Wau Malaya district and but it will be used. It is a new district and thousands of people live in that district, very difficult district, remote area, many people living in the area where road does not reach them to maintain the hospital in Walker. So money has already been given. The bigger we will have to work together again so that we will put some money in the budget for next year.
When thanking the provincial government and administration, Dr. Binga said the 2 million kina was part of a check presentation that was mentioned to the Health Authority last year, and they are thankful that the commitment has been fulfilled. Dr. Binga said medicines are costly, therefore, the Health Authority will require district development authorities to support them and mitigate the risk of drugs running out in the 10 districts of Morobe. Susan Oriape, TVWan News.
Governor Sasindran Muthuvel and Oil Palm Minister Francis Maneke conducted a first-hand assessment of the disaster situation in Biala. Starting at the Forward Operations Base in Biala, they received a briefing from Operations Commander Wilfred Augustine.
Governor Sasindran Muthuvel and Oil Palm Minister Francis Maneke recently visited care centers in response to a growing crisis. Prior to assessing the centers, they received briefing of the situation on the ground. During the visit, Governor Muthuvel emphasized the need for accurate figures of displaced and affected individuals to ensure proper assistance. He also addressed the delayed relief funds.
People, all accusing government. All thing also you kissing money finish na you kai na you know help you. Right now you kissing one toya lo national government. Yes, all publishing also all by giving 10 million this like one toya come inside of province to you. Na two government also this like come. You need lo giving some money lo national disaster, some money can lo side lo East New Britain. All to got over 3,000 people stop lo camp long on. Now you got 16,855 this and that. The damage is extensive. Right now, people must make him awareness. Right now, we can't really go now. Within 2 months, 3 months, you can build a huge infrastructure. Right now, you focus on those things you're asking for relief efforts, like tents, mosquito nets, basic medicines, some food items, water containers. We can find some temporary, toilet facility, all those things, because that's what it's called relief. Okay, building permanent infrastructures. You may sit down with the community leaders. Now you may find out because all local accusation government also. Last time 5 million come now all public servants all get the money please. So to iron out this issue, this time we do not want to build anything until Mikla Harim law community leaders one exactly are like it. Lo one location. Then you may go na concentrate on this location tasona you may build.
The officials visited 3 major care centers, starting with Villa in Bakara, where the community sought government aid for relocation. Minister Maneke expressed gratitude to the team and emphasized the fair distribution of relief supplies.
The more we properly manage the situation, we also saving lives and we also attending to our local people, our livestock care center. That will be the extent of the outcome of how we're really going to administer. And it must be on record from now on onwards. But Myanmar is in place to be same thing. The important thing is we have to Lonao case. We have to have reports in time so we can be able to convince the government they will attend to us.
Truka Industries has stepped forward with a generous donation to aid those affected by the recent Mount Ulawun volcanic eruption. The company donated 200 bales of rice, totaling 4 tons, to support the impacted communities in Biala.
Truka Industries has donated 200 bales of roots rice in support of those in the impacted communities in Biala, totaling 4 tons. Graham Ami, the area sales manager for Truka Industries, expressed the company's commitment to corporate and social responsibility in times of crisis.
So on behalf of Truka Industries, I would like to give this 4 tons of roots rice. So this donation will go straight to the villages that have been affected by the Mount Ulawun eruption up in Biala. I mean, Truka Industries has always been there for this type of situations. We're always there. And through our corporate and social responsibility, this donation will sustain the affected population in Biala.
The caretaker provincial administrator Hubert Kava expressed gratitude for Truka Industries' timely assistance. Kava thanked the company for the donation, emphasizing its importance as the region faces challenges in maintaining adequate food supplies for displaced individuals.
On behalf of the provincial government, our good governor, Honorable Sesran Mutuan, and our provincial administrator, Mr. Diop Mopani, we thank you very much for the donation that Truka Industries come forward with to assist our displaced people from the villages around the Mount Ulawun area.
In addition to Truka Industries' contribution, various entities and individuals have rallied together to provide relief supplies. Governor Sasindran Motovel, Oil Palm Minister Francis Maneke, Thalassia MP Freddie Kumai, the Chinese business community ADRA, and the Thalassia Ward have extended support, including garden food. The National Disaster Office has also played a role by contributing 100,000 kina in relief supplies. The collective efforts aim to alleviate the challenges faced by those affected at the Mount Ulawun volcanic eruption. Carol Kiru Jr., TVWan News.
Minister for Education and member for Usino Bundi District Jimmy Uguru opened a brand new 4-in-1 double-story classroom for Ramu Valley High School over the weekend. The infrastructure is an accomplishment reached with the support of parents, the school board, and the Usino Bundi District Development Authority. The project cost 1 million kina.
Ramu Valley High School is one infrastructure richer following the recent opening of its brand new 4-in-1 classroom. Minister for Education and member for Usino Bundi District, Jimmy Uguru, celebrated with the staff, students and parents. The minister went on to commit 600,000 kina for a new fully kitted science laboratory.
So at Boston, our school had a board of management, minister committee one fully kitted classroom, science lab, by Karabloya. Naman by kissing mouse for me, making money, come up here, I'm telling coming. You saw not money looking here. All right, cost for this classroom in between 300 to 600,000.
Minister Uguru told parents it is high time they realize that education can change their lives for the better. With the tourism-free fee education policy, there is no excuse to keep their children from attending school.
All Papa Mama, school tashan by sensitive library. Now you know got excuse now because government pays school fee. What for you look at the beginning? Not on carry nothing, you must get plan notice at beginning.
When they send their children to school, they must ensure to guide their children in order that they reach their full potential.
You must always beginning must come up one kind man behind. No got trouble of field and also cow by to go grass. Having a cow, having a pig too, and mania. So you must get plan with this na pig in. No go na baka one kind of policeman you sana all sana na yumi looking. Or one more pig in the by no come was a member blow in a bunny behind. So you must get future plan or life blow you mean now picking in the.
The Ramu community gathered in numbers for the occasion and included MP's announcements. Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2685 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2610 US, $0.3955 Australian dollars, $0.2342 euro, and 38.05 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold and coffee closed higher. Cocoa, copper, palm oil, and crude oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed lower. TVWan News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungim Yumi!
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good jade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, 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 move, move, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever. All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
This is One Plus Video Eats.
Hey viewers, I'm Soxy.
I'm Tony. And I'm Stanko.
And you're watching
TVWan.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
That's right.
That's right.
See you then.
Welcome back. To overseas, a new implementation framework was launched Monday to facilitate coordinated action among the 50 Commonwealth countries, including Pacific member states, on land, biodiversity and climate challenges directly impacting a quarter of the world's land area. The Commonwealth Secretariat unveiled the Living Lands Charter Implementation Framework at a high-level event on December 3, 2023 in Dubai, organized alongside the United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP28. The event comes after extensive consultations with Commonwealth countries since the adoption of the Living Lands Charter last year. Almost 4 years since the Black Summer bushfires, communities that lived through the disaster are still recovering. Along with the physical rebuilding, there's also much ongoing trauma as they now get ready for a hot, dry summer. But one local council on the New South Wales South Coast is trying to help families be better prepared.
Jacqueline Rogue still vividly remembers the Black Summer bushfires. She was volunteering with the SES throughout the disaster and says hot, windy weather still brings back dark memories.
You can still see it when you drive around Eurobodalla. The trees still haven't all recovered. All the houses haven't been built. We're still not out of it yet.
She isn't alone.
For me to see families and small children completely devastated, I'm starting to tear up now. It just brings back so many memories for us as well. It was just bedlam.
According to the Internal Management Displacement Centre, more than 14,000 children were displaced during the Black Summer bushfires. To help parents prepare for future emergencies, Eurobodalla Shire Council is organising emergency playdates like this, where all the emergency services come together for an afternoon of learning and fun.
Children learn so much faster through play experiences. You know, they're going to hear sirens, they're going to meet men and women in uniforms, but it's not going to be a scary kind of serious activity.
She says parents can also learn a thing or two.
If you've got children, you can't just go, oh, I'll just grab, you know, a drink bottle and some food and I'll be right. You might need to bring nappies, bottles of milk, water, favourite toys, storybooks.
So we're using this to teach kids to get down low and go, go, go. In moments of crisis, we want kids on our side and we want them to know us as a friendly face that's there to help. We don't want to be the scary figures, especially in times of trauma when they're quite concerned and worried.
After 6 emergency playdate sessions, organisers hope the community is better prepared for potential disasters.
We've had one today, a father with a little boy who's just moved to the area, and he just said, I am not prepared, I need to be prepared. That's it. That's why we're here.
They've been so well received, parents are hoping the emergency playdates will become an annual event.
Concerns were raised about attempts by certain countries to weaken the emphasis on small island states at the COP28 climate change negotiation in Dubai. The issue revolves around the unique circumstances of SIDS and the fear that broader inclusion might weaken their concerns in global climate negotiations. The Secretariat of the Pacific Regional Environment Program in a media briefing highlighted the historical context of SIDS. As the international community negotiations are underway at COP28, the Pacific region emphasizes the importance of preserving the special circumstances of SIDS, ensuring that their vulnerabilities and contributions to climate change are not overshadowed in the global discourse. A cyclone tracking slowly towards Queensland is expected to intensify to a Category 3 system today.
Tropical Cyclone Jasper, as it's been called, is forecast to develop into a Category 4 system by Friday, which is a severe tropical cyclone system, and it is quite a big concern for the Bureau of Meteorology, who say that it has happened or has sort of occurred quite early on in the season, especially during an El Nino year. Now, currently as it stands, the system sits at a Category 1 declaration and is moving towards Category 2 towards this morning, and then finally Category 3 by this afternoon. So it is going to be a few days, but according to the cyclone tracking map that's on the Bureau's website, it is still sitting at about 1,500 kilometres northeast of Cairns off the Solomon Sea, where it developed and is strengthening. And according to the trajectory, it is still moving in a southeasterly direction, but quite slowly towards the Coral Sea, and the impacts aren't expected to be felt here in Queensland along the coast until much later in early next week. Just to give people a bit of an idea of what that impact might be, the last time this happened was back in 2021 with ex-tropical cyclone Seth, when it was declared a Category 2, and it impacted the Queensland coast as well and brought about some slight flooding along the southeast as well as hazardous surf. And the Bureau says that could be very similar, with strong gusts forecast, heavy rainfall as well as hazardous surf and increasing tides. The Queensland SES has taken this as a timely reminder with that early declaration that it is a good time for people to be preparing their properties for those residents that live in cyclone-prone areas. They've recommended people make sure they take the time to clear their gardens, clean out their gutters and tie down any loose items in their properties or yards to make sure they don't get picked up if the cyclone does approach close to the Queensland coast. I spoke with SES Director Glenn Alderton earlier this morning, who says that while it is a time to prepare over the weekend, it is not a time to panic.
The Bureau is saying early next week, so we've got 4 or 5 days of beautiful Queensland weather to do those things around your yard. We would expect, as a Queensland resident, you would do those things anyway. 1st of November is the beginning of the cyclone season. You really need to do some of those preparations yourself. There's only 5,000 SES volunteers in the state. We can't be everywhere at once.
First, Optus mobile network goes down for 14 hours in a nationwide outage. Days later, DP World is hacked and its port operations grind to a half halt for days, leaving shipping containers piling up. Weeks after that, Westpac customers were left unable to view or access their online accounts for 9 hours after a botched software update. These outages at major Australian infrastructure and service providers, all occurring in the past month, at best inconvenienced millions and at worst created life-threatening situations, with some Optus customers reporting being unable to dial 000. It was enough to bring Australians' reliance on digital services into focus. Back home, the Supreme Court has dismissed the pursuant of Section 18 of the Constitution application by former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill questioning the appointment of Prime Minister James Marape. The case, presided by a 5-man bench Supreme Court comprising of Chief Justice Sir Gibbs Salika, Deputy Chief Justice Ambeng Kandakasi, Justices Panuel Mogish, Justices David Kennings and Justice Era Carrico, ruled that the application by O'Neill questions the appointment of Prime Minister in 2022 election is incompetent with the Constitution and the organic law. You're watching TV1 News. In sports, the 8 PNG games confirmed and Wagi Tumbe returns. That's after the break with Carol Kidu Jr.
Smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus strength. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Risa, your digital data doctor. Today let's talk about how you can get more value and more data with Digicel's Red Club. Red Club gives you greater buying power to purchase daily, weekly and monthly bundles, where you pay less for more data, more talk and more SMS. Our Red Club users are elite and have access to a suite of exclusive plans that start from as little as 1 kina per gigabyte of data. Nice, right? How can you join Red Club, you ask? Well, it's simple. First, you subscribe to be a member of the club by dialing *675# and choosing option 3 for Red Club. Next, select your subscription, then press 1 to confirm. You will receive an SMS confirming your subscription. Welcome to Red Club. Now that you've joined our exclusive Elite Club, you can now access discounted Red Club bundles by dialing *675# again. Select option 3 for Red Club and select your preferred plan from the Red Club menu. For data-only plans, select 1, Red Club Data. For data, talk and SMS plans, select 2, Red Club One Talk. For talk-only plans, select 3, Red Club Voice. Now you're all set to enjoy more value and more data for less. Only with Digicel.
On the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dotti. You've got to be careful. He's not. Ramos in the corner.
For sportsmen and women, the internet can be a dangerous place. Filled with crackpots, show-offs, pranksters, and troublemakers.
It's time to go viral, America. Is it going?
So we compiled the greatest clips from the great outdoors and called it Viral Outdoors.
You remember the tools we taught you, right?
Pencil, desk, paper, shoes, your wheel. Everything okay, Charlie? It happened again.
What happened?
The bad thing.
If you ever start to lose control, what do you do?
It didn't work.
If they catch her?
If Phil catches me.
Something's happened. I need it handled with discretion. And I need her back alive.
Firestarter.
This is One Plus Video Eats.
Hey viewers, I'm Soxy.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Stanko. And you're watching
TVWan.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
That's right.
That's right.
See you then.
Welcome back. The PNG Games Organizing Committee have announced that the long-awaited 8th PNG Games has been confirmed to be staged in Port Moresby early next year from January 10th to the 20th. The Games will be hosted by PNG Sports Foundation in partnership with PNG Olympic Committee, 11 national sports federations, and the National Capital District Commission.
PNG Games Council remain committed to host 8 PNG Games as scheduled from January 10th to 20th, 2024. The Games Organizing Committee member Albert Veretau said that this event has been postponed for a number of times and it has to go.
Already 18 provinces have committed to the Games, so the Games will happen. 100% will happen. We're not looking at any deferment. We're gonna host it. With or without support, we will host it. Yeah, the thinking is that we need to host it, get the 8 games out of the way. It's been hanging in our head for the last 6 years now.
The Games Council moved the games to January 2024, as some of the visiting provincial teams will use school facilities for accommodation. The Games Council confirmed that 18 provinces confirmed by accreditation to participate in the event have booked their accommodation already.
A lot of the provinces have come into the city. They've gone and spoken to the schools, the school boards, the chairmen and principals. So they've been able to arrange a lot of the accommodations already. So, I mean, I take the opportunity to thank all the schools here, the education board and the individual boards and the principals and the teachers for opening their doors to allow the provincial teams to come and discuss and book those ones. So,
the accreditation report released by the Games Organizing Committee is very positive. A total of 4,720 participants have been accredited online, but the tally is expected to increase to 6,000 with the remaining 4 provinces, Enga, East Sepik, Madang and East New Britain accredit their participants. The Games Council salute the 22 provincial governments and the 96 district development authorities for recognizing the value of sports and how it contributes to nation building by supporting the youths to proudly wear their respective provincial colors in the event. Sports confirmed for the 8 PNG Games are athletics, basketball, boxing, soccer, powerlifting, rugby league nines, rugby tats, volleyball, weightlifting, netball and rugby union sevens. Meanwhile, the bid for 9th PNG Games is open and 3 provinces have already expressed their interest to host the event. Rex Lita, TVWan Sports.
The final batch of PNG athletes who participated in the 17th Pacific Games in Honiara, Solomon Islands, arrived in Port Moresby. The champion women's national football team were among the last batch of athletes who arrived to a welcome reception.
The PNG athletes who participated in athletics, beach volleyball, football, touch rugby and hockey men and women at the Pacific Games in Solomon Islands, they arrived in the waiting arms of their family, friends and fans in an emotional reunion. Veteran Mari Kaipu and Captain Ramona Padillo of the women's national football team were amongst the happy athletes at the Jackson's International Airport on arrival. Through the guidance of experienced Kaipu and leadership of rookie skipper Padillo, PNG national women's football team have successfully defended its gold medal for the 6th consecutive time. The duo led from the front foot, with Kaipu causing havoc with her speed in the striking role, and so was Padillo in the midfield holding the team together. At her arrival, Padillo said there were critics on social media regarding her appointment as captain of the team. Therefore, she gave her best on the pitch to prove herself and justify her appointment.
I lucky molga ta all wanem critics na all talk lo back lo social media na disla motivating plan na mi plak kisimo sem challenge na stepping stone long plus so mi plak ko that's the thing we am motivating plus threat lo gonna play strong na kisim back and disla goal na comeback.
Padillo didn't shy to admit that Mari Kaipu was mercy for the team and her experience was critical for the team throughout the tournament.
Mari sota meri batem kat speed na lo side lo game na about them speed dong advantage lo mi pla team. Some one player set the team na two one player whole player we. Mi pla join mol big pla meri na come in up now mi to back or sem na pla kisim team na go down.
The athletes are proud of their achievements at the Pacific Games, although it was not where Papua New Guineans were expecting Team PNG to finish, particularly the placing on the medal tally at the completion of the event. Rex Lita, TVWan Sports.
For the first time, PNG Cricket will be sending a youth side to compete in an Australian National Championship. The PNG Under-23 CLS will compete in the Under-19 Girls Australian Cricket National Championship to be held in Brisbane next week. The team departed for Brisbane today quietly confident of doing well in the 2-week cricket tournament.
Under the watchful eyes of coach Mahuru Dai, the Under-23 Cialis left for Brisbane this afternoon for their first Australian experience at the Australian Under-19 Cricket National Championships starting on the 14th of December 2023. The tournament will feature teams from all Australian states and be played in the T20 format. Despite being listed as the PNG Under-23s, it is believed a high number of the squad will be Under-19 team members. The tournament was made possible with funding from the Australian government as part of the Aus-Pacific Sports Partnership. Coach Mahuru Dai said this is an invitational tour to compete against other Australian states and an opportunity to expose the girls playing at an Australian national level. Dai said the team has 3 recently contracted Lewas, namely skipper Henau Thomas, Kevau Carroll Frank and Vicky Kevau, which is good for their experience.
All we have to do is learn as much as we can in the tournament. Like I said, most of them are young players, so yeah, Well, the most important thing is learning when we go over there.
Ciala's captain Henao Thomas says she's excited about the tour, adding the girls are looking forward to compete and learn from the championships.
Girls are all excited to go there and enjoy and experience new things and learn as much as we can. Because most of us are young players, so we are looking forward to it.
Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dunn was at hand to see the team off and very confident of the girls' chances at the championships.
Really excited that Cricket Australia's invited us into their national championships, under-19 national championships. So our side is around about half under-19s and the rest are under-23, but mostly all of the girls are 21 or under in this side. So, it's going to be a great experience for them playing against the best players in Australia at state level at under-19 age. So we'll get a good, gauge of where the girls are.
The PNG Cialas will kick off their campaign against New South Wales Country under-19 and Victoria Metro under-19 on Thursday, December 14, before playing Tasmania under-19 on Friday, December 15. Terry Longwood.
Jiwaka Provincial Government-sponsored Wagi Tumbe returns to the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup for the 2024 season, while EMK Civic Pride have been excluded. The PNG National Rugby League competition made this announcement today when confirming the 12 teams set for next season.
This announcement comes after much deliberation with key stakeholders and the PNG NRLC board. Also with findings from the recent PNG NRLC clubs audits conducted by the PNG RFL's high performance team. On behalf of PNG NRLC board and CEO Stanley Hondina confirmed the participation of 11 franchises from 2023 competition and welcoming the return of the Wagi Tumbe. The teams confirmed for season 2024 are Hela Wigman, Rabal Gurius, Mendy Muruks, Lace Next Tigers, Galfiso, Central Tabaris, Kimber Cutters, Gorokel Hanis, Anga Miox, Mount Hagen Eagles, NCDC Port Moresby Vipers, and Wagi Tumbe. Ondina, in acknowledging the announcement, said on behalf of the PNG RFL board and the management, congratulated Chairman Adrian Chow and his board for the manner of professionalism brought into the game, building systems and processes that can help our game get better.
We've stuck with 12 teams. Of the existing 12, regretfully, we've cut out one franchise who didn't meet the requirements that we've set. So Civic Pride for this year has been asked to take leave and go back and work on a couple of items that they fall short on in compliance, and we will work with them across with our compliance team at NRLC to get them to a space where they can be able to come around again. So that leaves us with 11 teams that have been there last year, with the inclusion of Jiwaka Provincial Government Wagi Tumbe, who was there with us last year, but same as bit of what we're doing with Civic. They had some issues and we had to revoke their license and get them to work on it, and they applied like any other bids. They satisfied us with the requirements of learning, and they've been working with us through the course of the year to improve on areas that we've identified. So we're doing the exact same with Civic Pride.
Giving an overview before the announcement, PNG NRLC General Manager Leith Isaac said expressions of interest were received from 4 other bidding franchise clubs for the upcoming season, including Wagi Tumbe. Isaac said new bidding franchise provisional licenses were granted to Simbu Warriors and Morabe Kandes for 2025.
We did it differently this year. We also asked the current franchises also to send in the expression of interest. We wanted them to also apply again for the new licenses for 2024 as well. So I think that's the process we've gone through.
However, in light of meeting requirements in their bid application were not fulfilled, PNG NRLC will work with them to ensure the criteria are fully satisfied. Isaac said as part of implementation of the NRLC strategic plan, of which club professionalism is a key pillar, The audit was an initiative carried out to understand the existing franchises' challenges and strengths and how information and lessons can be shared across all clubs. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Over to you, Mary.
Thank you, Carol. That's all the news. This will now have the weather focus for the next 24 hours. Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered over Millie Bay Province. Port Moresby, partly cloudy. Momase, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered over inland of Civic provinces. Ley, mostly fine. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, with areas of rain over Arob. Cavian, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain drizzles. All centers partly cloudy with possible showers, drizzles. Coral Sea, seas moderate with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, Kiwai Islands, Kerma to Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.